Hello friends, welcome to my live call. And it's with the question tonight, should I sponsor under others? And for those of you that do not know me, I've been involved in network marketing for over 40 years. I share a lot of what I've learned in my journeys on these live calls. I started in this business totally broke. Yes, sold a junk truck to get started, put $200 in my business. In the last 27 years, I've been full-time in network marketing. So I'll acknowledge. Okay, so, that comes up, that question. And by the way, I'm sorry, I usually get on Tuesday night. Did not work, man. I was on way too many Zoom calls happening. But I wanted to give a shout out tonight because I was again on Zoom calls. It's busy. You know what I said, when you end the year with speed, you begin the new year with speed. And that's just one of the things I do. Turi, nice to see you. And so, and then that's the way it is. But so the question comes up again that, should I sponsor people under people? Let me give you the good and the bad, okay? Or maybe the upside and possible downsides. We'll start with the possible downsides. Because anybody tells me, they said, I got good news and bad news. I always say, start with the bad news first because I want to feel good afterwards. Anyway, so the thing is, the downside of sponsoring people under people is that you can enable them, if you know what I mean. I think many of you would see that. Hey, Paula, and you might say, well, Jeff, that's what you do to your children. Yeah, you'd be right. So you enable your children. What am I supposed to do? Treat them bad? I mean, I don't understand these people. Anyway, so you can enable them where they don't want to work, where they get the impression that you're going to do it for them. So that's one of the downsides is they're like, well, thank you. The other downside can be also that some people don't like being given away. So, they want to feel like I'm special, So why would you give me to a total stranger? Why would you do that? So that's the second downside. Some people just want to feel like they're very important. They are important. They are important. But and I have people reach out to me that way too many times. Say, they say, hey, can you put me on your front line? Like magic dust is just going to rub off. Let me tell you something. A lot of times when I see people do that, and they reach out to top income earners in other companies, and they say, yeah, sure, I'll take you. See, now they're busting my party. Hey, Michelle, can you go in there? Can you please go in there? I'm on a live call. Anyway. Okay, Michelle. Well, what can I say? So that's part of it too, is that when they do that, when they go under people like that, they never get their time. They never get their time. And so then they start saying, well, gosh, I thought when I went under this person, I was going to be special. You know, I went under the 001 of this company, the mega earner, and I thought the magic dust is going to fly off on me, and I would be some top income earner. I would get special treatment. It doesn't happen, I'm going to tell you. You know, if that's what a person is looking for, they got the wrong motives. There's no substitute for success. There's no substitute. You cannot circumvent the process of what dedication yields and commitment, because you're going to have to give those qualities. And if you don't, then you're going to be another statistic that others are going to say, see, it didn't work for them. It doesn't work. No, remember, work is in the word network marketing. The word work is in there. And so when people don't do it, the profession is blamed. Now, it doesn't work with other professions, but it seems like we get accused of that all the time. So, you know, as a matter of fact, I saw that statistic today, you know, another article. You know, I don't know why Apple News wants to put out negative stuff about network marketing. Now, they're another, you know, I love Apple products, but they're part of the left-wing operation out there, nut jobs, you know, that for some reason don't like our profession. And I don't know, it's just conspiracy theory just to have all of us dependent on the government, I guess. Well, I don't want to talk about that anymore, but let's go back to what I was talking about, that the idea of reaching out to somebody that is big in a company to go on their front line is not going to help you. Is not going to help you. Okay, so having said that, and I'm talking about some of the downsides of giving people away and what that does, and then there's the assumption that sometimes in doing so, that, you know, when you do that, you think that the person you gave them to is going to spend time, train them, and then you find out they didn't do it, and so the person just, you know, quits. So that's you know, those are just a few of the downsides of it. Now let's talk about the upsides. Remember, I said I like good news last because that's the way I like to finish, is with a good feeling, and that is, so first of all, you know, in your business, you want your people to win, and you want to win. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with say, hey, you know, I joined this for my reasons, not anybody else's. I joined this because I wanted to be successful. So, you know, now in your compensation plan, it's going to tell you what that is. So, and if you're like me, I have no other goal than to go to the top. I don't go to the middle of the plans. There's no, I mean, that's not my standard. That's not my standard. I want to be at the top of the plan. I want to qualify. All compensation plans, and for you haters out there, just realize that in any business, you have to perform. If you're in the stock market, you work for a stock brokerage, you're going to perform or you're going to go out the door. That's just the way it is. It's that way in sports. Just see if you can go play for Kansas City and not perform. You know, the coach is going to say, sorry, you didn't make the team. Everything great is based on performance. Our profession is the same. So if you want to go to the top, and that's the way I view it, you know, that's my standard, then just realize all compensation plans have requirements, and it's usually based on volume, and that volume has to be specifically in a certain amount of legs. Those are just basic rules or requirements in any compensation plan. I don't care if it's Amway, Herbalife, New Skin, Mary Kay, what do you want to call it? I don't care. All companies have this, okay? So the thing about it is, let's just say that, and Mark Yarnell, who was one of the greats, he wrote the book, Your First Year in Network Marketing. You can get it on Amazon. He's deceased now, but what a great leader he was in New Skin in his early days. And he talks about that, the fact that most of your volume will come from one or two legs. Okay, so it only makes sense that most compensation plans aren't really, they don't require more than 3 or 4 legs that have to perform at a certain amount of volume. where am I going with this? Where I'm going with this is, let's just say your company only requires 3, basically. You get three teams. And for those of you that don't know what a leg is a team. We'll just call it 3 teams. 3 teams, and you got 2 that are performing, to the requirements of your compensation plan, but that third leg is off. What are you going to do? Now you got some new people that are coming, that are going to join you. They're reaching out to you. You've got a choice. You can put them on your front line, and just hope one day that one of them will be the third leg that really does it. Or you can take those individuals and look into, or put them in that third leg, so that you've already got volume that you can leverage on, and now you've got more volume, more business coming in that's going to add to that volume, that's going to get you closer to your goal. That only makes sense. Because why? Because if you get that third leg, where it meets that requirement, you got all 3 legs that met that requirement, bingo, bam, you're at the next rank, whatever that is, and now you've increased your income. You've got whatever bonuses that is. If it's a trip, if it's a Rolex watch that's included with it, whatever that is, okay? That was only smart. Because if you would have put him front line, then what happens is that you're going to be, just forever working with people, hoping one day that they're going to develop into that kind of team. So in that sense, but then how do you do it without enabling them? Let's say enabling the leader you're giving it to, and at the same time you're helping that person, that you put down there first of all, and then keep in mind they don't like being given away. I've had these discussions even with my good friend Eric Worre. He's not one of those in favor of giving people away, but I am, and here's why. Again, if what I do is I look for somebody in a leg that is performing. In other words, they have a history of performance. They've proven themselves as a leader. It's obvious they are in it. They are in it all the way. I mean, they're going to stay with you till, I don't know, to the end, the end of their life. Okay. So it's that kind of person that I look for. And then I go to them and I say, hey, I see what you're doing, and I know you're trying to get to the next rank, and I want to help you get to that next rank. You're totally awesome. You perform, you work hard. I've got somebody coming in, or a couple of people coming in, whatever you have, okay? And what I want to do is I want to give them to you. Put them where you need them. Put them where it will help you. But here's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to give them your time. I mean, I'm giving you a gift. It's a gift. So I want you to treat it as a gift. If they come back to me and they say, she's not working with me, then, if I find out that's correct, I'm not giving you anyone else in the future. That's it. I'll give it to someone else that really does take care of people, but it won't be you. So if I have your word on that you're going to do that, then I'm going to allow you to have these leaders. At the same time, I'm glad to help. I'll help. I'll be available for Zoom calls, 3-way calls, whatever, But so the thing is, that's one way to handle it. Now, what about the person that you're going to give away, so that they don't want to feel like they're just secondhand goods? They want the VIP treatment, and So how do you handle that? Here's how I handle that. I just simply say to that person, I really value you, and I could put you on my front line. I could do that, but I promise you, you won't get any more time than if I placed you somewhere else where you would be more valuable. And what I mean by that is, I explained our compensation plan briefly to you, and you understand that you have to have 3 legs that perform. This is the example. You could have 4, whatever. But we're going to go with 3, okay? 3 legs to perform. So I got 2 that are doing great, but my third, I'm hurting. Where you are most valuable, if you want to be incredibly valuable to me, you need to be in that third leg. And I want to put you with a leader so that you have me and you have someone else that's going to be involved in your success, in your journey. I want to support you, but it's great to have more hands in the work, and you'll be very valuable to me there. And I will be very motivated to give you my time when you're there. When you set it up that way, and then you make them feel like they're actually helping you, and then you can say that, you'd be doing me a favor, I need your help there. Then they're like, wow, man, okay, I want to help. Sure, I want to help. And I'll be more valuable. Okay. That's the psychology. And that's how I've always sold it. That's how it always works. And if they still want to say, what if you have a big leg and no one working anymore, but the volume is there? Do you still stack there? Okay, so AJ asked a good question. AJ, if no one is working in a big leg, go to the top of that big leg that no one is working and see if they'll sell the position. Go find somebody who's a builder out there. Go find somebody who would appreciate that big leg. I've done that many times. You have your network marketing distributorship, or whatever you call it, your business is a business that you can will, if something happens to you, you can sell it like you sell a car. That's your business. So many times, it's amazing what people will sell these businesses for too. I had a leader that was sitting on, a business that became 1 million points a month. And he's making just $200 because he won't work it. And he's spending almost that much just to get his products. I call him up and said, hey, there's somebody wants to buy your business. And, it was around Christmas time, good timing. There's a psychology in that too. And sold it for $5,000. The person who got that business turned around, built out 2 other legs, $30,000 a month. Not bad. And the person who sold it, stupid. That's all I can say. What's Forrest Gump say? Stupid is as stupid does. That was stupid. The money's there. The oil well is at your feet. All you have to do is go get the freaking oil drill and drill, baby, drill. No, that's work. And they're another statistic of someone who didn't make it in network marketing. That's what all the hecklers out there say. It's amazing. And it's amazing. Most people that sell real estate went through the expense, the time to get a license. Most real estate agents never sold a house. They never talk about that. Okay, but that's what you do with that, is you simply do it that way. But that's the thing. So here's the thing. You reward your performers. You help your performers. What's great about that is you help lock them in too. You want them with you in this entire journey. So, it's a people helping people business. Your income will be in proportion to how many people you've helped in this business. I had a guy call me one day, he said, I've been in this business long enough. I'm not making any money. I said, who'd you help? He said, what? No one. I said, well, you shouldn't be paid anything then. He was making $300. I actually told him, I said, well, the company's paying you too much money then for not helping anybody. So that's the pros and the cons of it. And to me, that's strategic building. Strategic building. You have to know where you're weak. You have to know where to go with your performers. And when you have a couple of legs doing well, and then you got to get that third leg up, then you know where you got to spend your time, and that's where you should spend your time. Not that you should neglect your other 2 legs. I'm not saying that's a mistake others make too. They assume because a leg is doing so well, they don't need my help. Actually, they do. I've learned that they do, and so I'm in group chats and things like that. And then when I see a problem coming up, like I did earlier today, I'm like, okay. So yeah, so I jump in there. So I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll give you a shout out probably tomorrow. I don't normally do that on Thursday, but I'm trying to make up for Tuesday. Anyway, everyone, have a good night. Archie Schrader, you're awesome. Good to see you. And Ciro, nice to hear from you in Salt Lake City. Everyone, have a great evening.